So we have Luke Huber joining us, new to CRN. Luke, could you give us a little bit of an introduction? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Absolutely. So I'm the new Vice President of Scientific and Regulatory Affairs at CRN. Very excited to be here. So a little bit about my background. So I'm a naturopathic doctor. I was trained at Bastyr University, did my residency at Cancer Treatment Centers of America, and have an MBA from UMass Amherst. In terms of industry experience, I've been working in the industry for 20 years for a range of companies, large companies, mid-cap companies, in a variety of channels as well. So most recently I've been working in Food, Drug, Mass and Club, previously Natural Products channel, member channel, direct-to-consumer, as well as healthcare practitioner channel. I've also had a clinical practice. I've been in clinical practice for 12 years in New Hampshire until about 2012. So that's my experience.
That's great. Well, we're very excited to have you on board. You certainly have some impressive qualifications. Most recently, you have some experience with some of our member companies, Nutraceutical Corporation, if I'm not mistaken, and then RB most recently, which is great. So what interested you in CRN?
Huge fan of CRN. Really have been very impressed by all the work that CRN's doing. When I was working at RB, I had the opportunity to work with CRN quite a bit. Obviously, RB are CRN members. Steve Mister was kind enough to come to an event with our China team and sort of introduce the U.S. dietary supplement regulation, answer all their questions about what's going on with regulation in the U.S. And I learned a lot too. And after that, I spoke to Steve on a regular basis at trade shows, learning more about what's happening with regulation, and always super impressed with what CRN's been doing. In addition to that, I know Duffy Mackay and used to interact with him very heavily when he was the Senior Vice President of Scientific and Regulatory Affairs at CRN. We used to talk about industry issues, what's going on with the science, and so have a good relationship there too.
Good. Well, that's wonderful to hear. Are there any specific areas that you are hoping to work on while you're here at CRN?
Some areas that we're looking at for me, one is potentially sports nutrition, also responding to articles that come out in the press, scientific articles, looking at CRN's Day of Science and seeing how I can support there. A little bit to be determined though, and there'll be more to come.
Good. Well, we're looking forward to it. So a little more towards your background and earlier career, where does your interest in dietary supplements come from?
Yeah, so I've been interested in dietary supplements, it seems like forever. When I was a kid, I had a lot of seasonal allergies, and so that's something that got me really interested in dietary supplements and integrative medicine. Found an integrative approach really worked well for me, and that really got me passionate about dietary supplements. When I was an undergrad, I was so interested in it that was my part-time job while I was in undergrad. So I worked at GNC in a Whole Foods market in the vitamin aisle, just wanting to learn as much as I could.
That's great. Well, I have to ask then, and you can't get away without answering. What does your supplement regimen consist of now?
So right now I'm taking Nutrient 950 by Pure Encapsulations. I've been taking that for maybe 15 years. One of my favorite multivitamins from a member company, Atrium, so really love that one. I'm also taking nicotinamide riboside, really interesting ingredient with a lot of research on it for anti-aging from another member company, Chromadex. And then, of course, RB, I'm taking quite a few products from them. So I'm taking their Megared 6X, their Move-Free turmeric product, Nariva, which is their new launch for brain health, as well as Digestive Advantage. So really enjoy the RB products as well.
Yeah. I can understand why.
Absolutely.
Well, you gotta ask. It's always interesting to hear from folks.
Sure.
So what are you most looking forward to now that you're at CRN?
Super excited to be at CRN, and what I'm really looking forward to now is trying to meet the members and spend more time with the members. So I'm really interested in learning what the members' opportunities are, challenges are, how CRN can support what I can do. So that's kind of the next thing for me.
Great. Well, we're so happy you're here. Thank you to Luke Huber, and welcome to the team.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Of course, yeah.